Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to do some of the questions in exercise 10C.1. Alright, so let's start with question 3a. So for these questions, we are looking at so, car, and toa. So we've got sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. So the first thing you've got to do when doing one of these questions is you've got your angle and then label your sides. So this x is opposite and 8 centimeters is adjacent. If I'm looking back up here, I've got opposite and adjacent, so I will be using tan theta is opposite over adjacent, which would become tan 67 equals x over 8. I'm going to cancel out the 8. So go times by 8 on both sides. X is tan 67 times by 8, which gives me a value of 18.85 centimeters. So that's 3A done. Okay, looking at 3B now. Again, I've got my angle here. This 8.8 is my hypotenuse and x is my opposite. So I'm going to be looking at sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, which is sine 36 is x over 8.8. Again, I want to x by itself, so I'm going to times this by 8.8 and do it on both sides. So x is going to be equal to 8.8 times by sine 36. So my x is 5.17 meters. Then the last one for C, got an angle of 50. This length here, 7.6, is my opposite and x is my adjacent. So I'm going to be using tan theta is opposite over adjacent. So I've got tan 50 equals 7.6 over x. Now I don't want x as a fraction, so I'm going to times by x and then times by x to move it up. So I've got x times by tan 50 equals 7.6. Then I want to get x by itself, so I need to divide by tan 50, which I'm going to do on both sides. So x comes out to be 6.38 meters. So that's how you do the start of question 3. I'd like you now to have a go at doing question D, E, and F from question 3 and question 4, which is very similar. Then I want you to go and have a look at question 5. So I'll go through 5A and then you can do B and C. So first thing, again, label my side. So this is my opposite, 5 is my hypotenuse, and y is my adjacent. I'm going to find x first, and I'm going to use sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So that will become sine 35 equals x over 5. I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to times by 5. So x comes out to be 2.87 meters. So this length here is 2.87. Now there's two ways to find y. One is you could use trigonometry and the other is to use Pythagoras. So I'm actually going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to change colors and I'm actually going to get rid of this stuff for a minute. So now remember c is always the hypotenuse, so I'll call this one a and I'll call y b. So I've got a squared plus b squared equals c squared. My a is 2.87 squared plus y squared equals 5 squared. I want to move this 2.87, so I'm going to minus it, 2.87 squared, and then minus it on this side, 2.87 squared. So y squared is 5 squared minus 2.87 squared, which is 16.7631. And the last step is to square root, so y is the square root of 16.7631, which is y is equal to 4.1 meters. There you are. I hope that helps and good luck.